Welcome back. Here right now, just to the east of Highway 77, just south of I-10 in Chipley, Florida, here on Wednesday, April 30th, and it's deja vu all over again. We're taking a look at some of the flooding caused by the inordinate amount of rain that we've been having lately. Most recently, last night and today, up to 20 inches of rain expected in some areas to the north of us. Now, as you know, if you're a regular viewer of the show, we're impacted not just by the rain that actually falls on us here in Washington County, but also that which falls on the grounds that are higher than us, and mainly those are to the north. And as that rain filters down and becomes the streams and rivers and outfalls, that water eventually finds lower ground, obviously. And in many cases, such as right here at Blue Lake, we are that lower ground. Now, as you know, the state of emergency here in Washington County was lifted 2 or 3 days ago, the hopes that we would not have to re-invoke that state. However, yesterday, which was Tuesday, April 29th, that state of emergency was again invoked here in Washington County around 2 p.m. in response to the predictions of heavy rain and the possibility of flash floods, and again, some of those dangerous road conditions that we've experienced over the last few weeks. We were somewhat challenged this morning to find an area that was dry enough and would protect our equipment enough to allow us to shoot this segment. We're here at the old Pilot truck stop just east of Highway 77, just south of I-10 in Chipley. Right now, as you can see behind us, cloudy, dreary skies with the prospect of even more rain today. We have been not as unfortunate as those areas to our north. Category 4 tornadoes ripping through some of those areas in Alabama and even in northwest Florida around Pensacola, flooding bad enough that people are actually being forced into their attics to avoid the rising waters. At this point, Washington County Emergency Operations Center, along with the Washington County Sheriff's Office, keeping a very close eye on the developing situation. In conversation with Washington County Sheriff's deputies yesterday, which was Tuesday, April 29th, we were told that they are working in close concert with the Department of Transportation, helping the DOT to keep an eye on those problematic areas, those areas which it appears that water may encroach, and obviously keeping an eye on any dangerous road conditions. If you look around town in Chipley or the surrounding areas, already orange cones and barricades being staged on strategic street corners in areas which in the past have been problematic, in areas which have in the past flooded under these conditions. So Department of Transportation, the Emergency Operations Center, Washington County Sheriff's Office, as well as the City of Chipley and all of the public works people, keeping a close eye on the situation, doing as much as they possibly can. And obviously at this point, unless they have something that they can attack, there is no enemy. At this point, we're lucky. All things considered, relatively easily navigated right now. Not so much the dirt roads, those updates on road closures and warnings being promulgated by the Emergency Operations Center on a regular basis. Lynn Abel and Connie Welch both being very, very diligent in their informing the media and the public. We're going to continue to be out here in the weather. Have to admit that at this point we have not seen any other media right around this area. But then again, it's cold and it's wet and it's raining. We find ourselves again on a cold, wet, nasty day in this same gazebo at Blue Lake, just south of I-10 on Highway 77 in Chipley. Trying to keep you up to speed on road conditions and projected and forecast road closures per the Emergency Operations Center. As you can see behind us right now, a pickup truck staged with a couple of Department of Transportation tenders taking care of fueling and keeping these pumps running right here on Highway 77 for the last several weeks, doing a great job of mitigating the rising waters. Frankly, our feeling is that had they not been doing this, that we probably would have had water already over Highway 77 and thereby closing that route of travel. As you remember, last summer, Highway 77 south of Chipley closed for the better part of 3 weeks, causing lots of travel issues. But hats off to the Department of Transportation for being proactive and taking care of that situation. In conversation with the Washington County Sheriff's Office yesterday, on Tuesday, April 29th, we were told that those sheriff's deputies from Washington County Sheriff's Office, working in concert with the Department of Transportation, keeping an open line of communication and giving the DOT information on any possible issues arising because of these rising waters to these state highways. At this point, no state highways closed here. We're going to continue to bring you these updates as we are able. We appreciate your viewership. You can follow these on Facebook at Real Florida Magazine, or you can follow us online on our website at realfloridamagazine.org. It's interesting that when we go into a restaurant or stop to get gas or stop in a retail store in the area, invariably somebody comes up to us and thanks us for giving you this in-depth picture at what most affects you as a local resident. And if you have any additional updates or information of which we should be aware and which we can then disseminate to our viewers, please don't hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, or on our website we have a handy response form which you can use to send us information. We'll be right back.